Hey everyone, welcome to Elijah's Epic Life. Today we are going to be starting an exciting journey into the subject of hair. Talking about natural treatments for hair that promote hair growth and hair health. We're going to be documenting everything from the recipes to the results. So what you see before you here is a carefully picked selection of thoroughly vetted products that I found to be of high quality, that are going to be the things in the base for the supplements I'm taking, the carrier oils for the conditioner that I'm going to be making, as well as the essential oils that go into it to help promote hair growth, particularly in my case, to prevent hair loss. I really wish I had something more interesting or adventurous to talk about for my epic life, but for now we're on an epic journey to save my hair. Why do we even lose hair? What's up with all that? I always just read that it was genetics and whatnot, so we're going to talk about all of it. So before we dig into this whole natural remedy side of preventing hair loss, I want to talk about the over-the-counter conventional things, the modern medicine alternatives. There's two main options. You have minoxidil and finasteride. Some of the side effects of minoxidil include scalp irritation, unwanted facial hair growth, okay, sure, and lastly, heart palpitations. It's supposed to make your hair grow. Why is it causing heart problems? Ever thought about that? Now when it comes to finasteride, kind of similar things. Unwanted hair growth in some places, and sexual dysfunction. Finasteride's even crazier because it doesn't just stop there at sexual dysfunction. It also goes with high-grade prostate cancer. That's one of the side effects. In case you think I'm being a little over dramatic, if you want to look at those studies yourself, I did put the links in the description. You can go find them there. I hate the idea of trading hair loss for sexual dysfunction, prostate cancer, and heart palpitations. Maybe that's just me. I'm gonna defer to preferring natural products that will do nothing but make you healthier. Now the extent of this series is going to be pretty broad, so for sake of time and everything else, this video we're not going to address absolutely every specific about what we want to talk about going forward. What we are going to do, however, is introduce you to the first part of the series, which is going to be about hair loss and hair loss prevention, the kind of recipe I'm using, where I'm currently at, and as we go in the series I will document the progression of my hair growth or hair loss, and we'll talk about whether or not we think these products are helping me or not. So now we're going to talk about the ingredients you see before you. I went through great care and a lot of research to pick the things that, according to the research, are the most bioavailable. I do have Amazon affiliate links in the description as well to each of these items, and you can go there and purchase them, and if you do, it costs you nothing, but it allows us to fund more of these videos and fund deeper research into these concepts of hair and things like that. What you see here was about $200 to $250 worth of supplements, oils, and what we call carrier oils. It's not cheap. It's a lot cheaper than hair transplants. If you're concerned about not losing your hair, this is what I think is going to be a great place to start. In addition to the supplements, another key component of this is eating really well. Diets that are high in leafy greens and a lot of berries and things like that all contain different food properties, vitamins, and minerals that are apparently quite essential to hair growth based on my research. One of the most important essences of this whole project is going to be consistency. You might not want to put it on every single night. If you're gonna give your hair the best chance at not falling out of your head, you may as well give it the best possible ingredients, the best possible nutrition, the best possible chance of staying longer. And because lavender oil will not kill my prostate, or my sex drive for that matter. There was one more oil here based on my whole ingredients list, melaleuca oil, which is the same as tea tree oil. Now this one has about the right amount of extra virgin olive oil left in the bottom that I'm going to use for the natural process here. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of castor oil, 2 tablespoons of jojoba oil. They recommend jojoba oil because it is good for the scalp and pretty closely mimics the human scalp oil. We do 2 tablespoons of argan oil. Now the argan oil, for the ratio we're using, is relatively expensive because this bottle is not cheap. The only other one, I put it over here in this category, but this is kind of considered one of the carrier oils, but it's more like an addition. This is the best bioavailable vitamin E that you can put on your skin. basically. There's a couple different versions that are synthesized and whatnot. This is like the most natural one I could find. That has an interesting smell. Not like bad, kind of. This is wheat germ, 1 tablespoon. 4 tablespoons of this, so we'll see if there's enough. People just like coconut oil as a medium because it's pretty cheap and it's very good. Antibacterial, all that fun stuff. So we have now added our carrier oils. The ratio calls for about 24 drops of peppermint oil. Now the purpose of this is to stimulate the scalp and basically cause hair growth by promoting circulation, which is apparently what minoxidil and finasteride claim to do as well. I'll put in just like a couple more. Boop, 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 boop. Because I did put in a little more coconut oil. And you can't really go wrong with it unless you're just using straight peppermint oil on your skin or something. That'll burn. That's another thing to be careful of, is a lot of this stuff is very concentrated. And we need rosemary oil. We're going to do 16 drops of that. And they say that it should encourage hair growth and promote hair thickness. I don't mind putting a little more than the ratio, just, you know, can it really hurt? Lavender oil. So lavender oil is apparently good for soothing the scalp and conditioning the hair. 16 drops of this as well. Kind of 18-ish. I saw one extra little drop in there. Tea tree oil. Approximately 12 drops. My head's gonna smell like a spa. You have no clue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jeez. That was fast. Ginkgo biloba. There's a couple different ways to get this. I was very careful to try to choose mixtures that didn't contain alcohol as the way they extracted things, because I just had a personal theory that like maybe the thing that would dry out your scalp and all that wouldn't be good to put on. That might be interesting to take it also as a supplement just to see what it does. And again, based on the whole concept of bioavailability, I looked at the idea of supplementing with ginkgo biloba, but found that putting it on the hair had potentially more benefit for hair growth in specific. So for that, we're going to put 1 teaspoon. Okay, we're just going to dump some of the bottle because that's going to be a slow process. So the benefits to this is supposed to be enhanced circulation and antioxidant protection, which makes sense. I basically just picked a bunch of herbs and things that I understood have benefits relating to circulation and all that, because the conventional drugs like minoxidil and finasteride and all those things, they're considered vasodilators, and I think you guys are smart enough to become knowledgeable in these terms. Basically that just means it opens up your blood vessels and allows for better circulation, so the hair has a better chance of growth and lasting longer and so on and so forth. We'll talk more about that as we go. So if that's what those things are already doing, why not just use the natural substances that also do that but won't give you heart palpitations or whatever? We have here bay leaf. I read that these different ones with antifungal, anti-inflammatory properties can be beneficial. So we'll just put a little bit of this in there. And we've got a few other ones here that I will put in without any particular ratio. We've got oregano oil. Oregano is very powerful and it does a lot of great things, so we're not going to put a lot of this in there. 6. Keep it small. And the last one we're going to put in there, also for its antifungal type properties and whatnot, is frankincense. I'm also going to keep this dosage relatively low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So while this is draining into this container, we're going to talk about the supplements and the things that we're going to be doing for that to kind of help build the body up and to promote hair growth. We have here a vitamin E supplement, supposed to be really good. Fly. So we have a really good vitamin E supplement here that's supposed to be really bioavailable and natural, sourced from a natural product. Vitamin E is supposed to be good for your skin and hair and things like that. I have also gone with a plant-based omega-3 supplement because that's supposed to be really good for nourishing hair and reducing inflammation. So I'm gonna go with that and see how that does. So then we have this product here called L-carnitine, which is a supplement that's supposed to help boost the energy at the cellular level for hair growth. 8 milligram tablets of biotin. That's obvious. Everyone knows about biotin for hair, skin, and nails. Then we've got this once daily men's probiotic. It's supposed to promote digestive and immune health. We'll talk more about why that's probably important later on, but for now just an intro to it. This is another pretty classic product that a lot of people recommend for hair loss and hair strengthening, which is saw palmetto. And then of course this supplement here, which is collagen peptides. It took me a little while to find the right kind of product for that because there's all sorts of things for hair, skin, and nails, but a lot of it's not actually as bioavailable as this stuff. So I was very careful to pick these things out. These are some additions that I'm still not sure about, and it's called amla powder. I've never actually even heard of it before until doing some research on things like this that could help enhance the potency of what I'm doing. This is going to be one I will possibly leave out, and it is cayenne pepper. I've heard a lot lately about cayenne and its kind of benefits for enhancing the potency and effectiveness of other herbs. That's primarily because it's basically also a vasodilator. Could be a useful addition. I will probably forego it for the reasons I'm about to mention. These are products I did not even say anything about, but this is a scalp exfoliator. This is basically in the shower, you just like... Seems like a lot of this lack of hair growth stems from something like clogged pores. The reason I'm thinking that is because in all the research I was doing about things like dermal rollers, which freaked me out a little bit. The concept behind this bad boy is basically a bunch of tiny needles. I think it's also called microneedling. People use this to promote hair growth by just rubbing their face with these little needles to help like open up the pores. Something to that effect. There's probably something more that I could talk about on that a little bit later. But for now, I have added this freaky device to my protocol. And so I went with like the second to smallest needle depth because I hate needles and it makes me feel weird. But essentially the protocol is like use that dermal needle microneedling thing once a week on my scalp, just kind of the instructions recommend you do it for like 5 or 10 minutes. I'm like, that seems like a lot of time to be stabbing yourself in the head. But there's about probably a cup's worth of the oil here. I think that would basically put me at administering a tablespoon to maybe 2 tablespoons worth of this mixture. So now what I'd like to do is actually see what the heck amla powder tastes like. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. It almost tastes like if you took limes and you dried out their peels and then you blended them into powder. Kind of how that tastes. But this is pretty good. I think I might add some peppermint oil and some more melaleuca to kind of give it that therapeutic aroma because I really like how that smells. So I think I'm gonna add a few more drops of that. So like I said, a lot of these are just like anti-inflammatory, antifungal, vasodilators, and things that are supposed to enhance circulation to the scalp. So killing any potential fungi or doing other random stuff like that, and just helping along the way, you know? Yeah, that smells more like a spa in a bottle. I like that. So here's pretty much the protocol as I'm going to follow it so far. I'm going to apply this no less than 2 to 3 times a week. Use the dermal roller, the scary needling object, on my scalp probably once a week. You need to make sure you sanitize it and you're not like introducing bacteria into your head. So best to do that after you shower and shampoo your hair. Taking all the supplements. Oh, there's also a few other supplements I did not list here, which is vitamin D and one other one that will come to me later. Going forward in more videos, we are going to discuss all the very detailed reasons behind why going bald even happens according to experts and according to modern opinion. Are there natural ways to do this without giving myself prostate cancer? That's what I want to know. Of course, as always, the important disclaimer is that everything that you see here, you got to be careful with because you could be allergic to some or any of these things. So it's very important that before you make this yourself, or if you're gonna do that, that you test these things and make sure you are not allergic to them. Otherwise, you're gonna have a really horrible time putting this on your head. So the balanced approach is gonna be frequent hair conditioning and hair care, taking care of and protecting my hair, supplements for your life and health. The more nutrition you can be bringing in, the more good stuff you're eating, the better it's gonna be for you. Worst case scenario, you're just gonna be a better person. So that's, I think, all we have for this video is just getting this bad boy mixed up. The real test to this whole thing is that I'm gonna have to do this for probably as much as 6 months to really see results. Based on everything I've been studying and reading, the key is consistency. The hair is gonna take a while to repair. So don't expect this to be like a miracle cure or anything like that. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, if any of these products interest you, please use my affiliate link in the description and it would help me out a ton. Also, do not forget to like the video and subscribe if you want to be caught up with more content of this nature. I'm not just going to talk about hair, I promise. I'm going to do a lot of other interesting stuff. But this is something important that I'm doing that I want to share with everybody because if it helps me, I would love for it to help you too. Together, we will fix male pattern baldness. Maybe. Once again, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.